The workouts are over. The big boards have been hung in the war rooms. The posh new suits have been fitted and laid out. The stiff visored hats have been delivered to the Barclays Center. Adam Silver's head has been freshly shorn and buffed. Yes, at last, NBA Draft Day is here, and we are so excited. We're bringing you our final installment of the mock draft. The entire thing could be torpedoed by the time the second pick is called, but, well, here goes anyway. 1 Suns, DeAndre Ayton, C, Arizona. If this one does not happen, then every mock draft on the entire internet is in trouble. 2 Kings, Marvin Bagley. 3 PF Duke. The Kings' relative lack of interest in Luka Doncic could be a smokescreen, but to what end? Just to mess with the rest of the league? Doncic's camp believes the Kings are going to pass, so I'll go with that. 3 Hawks, Luka Doncic. PG, SG, Slovenia. The Hawks won't pass on Doncic. They could trade down. They like Trae Young's scoring, but if Doncic is there, expect the Hawks to take him. 4 Grizzlies, Wendell Carter Jr. C, Duke. We've been telling you since the combine that the Grizzlies would consider trading this pick. They could get something done Thursday. If not, Carter is among the few who came to work out for the team. 5 Mavericks, Mo Bamba. C, Texas. The Mavs will have options here. Bamba is probably the favorite, but it would be a surprise to have Jaren Jackson Jr. available. There's still an inkling that they like Michael Porter Jr. as well. 6 Magic, Jaren Jackson Jr. PF C, Michigan State. The Magic need a point guard, and Trae Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Colin Sexton would make sense. But the team also needs talent, so it won't be guided by position need here. Jackson or Bamba would be welcome. 7 Bulls, Michael Porter Jr., SF, Missouri. They want to move up for Bamba, and maybe they can make that happen. But a gamble on Porter's health would be worth it. 8 Cavaliers, via Nets, Trae Young, PG, Oklahoma. The Cavs probably would take Porter if he slips. If not, they could go for Young, another potential star who comes with some risk. 9 Knicks, Mikal Bridges, SF, Villanova. The Knicks like Wendell Carter and Kevin Knox here, but they need some perimeter defense and shooting, and, presto, Bridges offers both. 10 76ers, via Lakers, Kevin Knox, SFPF, Kentucky. Knox had a workout with the Sixers on Tuesday, and a long meeting with coach Brett Brown. That could mean absolutely nothing. Or it could mean the Sixers are taking him if he gets past the Knicks. 11 Hornets, Colin Sexton, PG, Alabama. The Hornets will have to start over once they trade Kemba Walker. Make that if they trade Kemba Walker. But drafting Sexton or Gilgeous-Alexander would be a pretty clear signal on their intentions. If they don't want to be so transparent, they could go with Robert Williams now that Dwight Howard has been exorcised. 12 Clippers, via Pistons, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, PG, SG, Kentucky. There's been speculation among league honchos that the hush-hush nature of Gilgeous-Alexander's workouts were designed to get him to the Clippers. A few teams ahead of No. 12 could scotch that plan, but we've got the Clippers getting their man. 13 Clippers, Robert Williams, C, Texas A. So they'll replace him with another big Aj. 14 Nuggets, Miles Bridges, SFPF, Michigan State. The Nuggets could move this pick, and even if they don't, they'll be active on the trade front in the coming weeks. Bridges is an outstanding athlete going to a team that needs wing help. 15 Wizards, Lonnie Walker IV, SG. Miami. The Wizards need some offensive punch off the bench. Jerome Robinson is a possibility here, but Walker would be a nice combo guard off the bench behind Bradley Beal and John Wall. 16. Suns via Heat, Zaire Smith, SG. Texas Tech. Phoenix had Aaron Holiday in for 2 workouts, so there's obvious interest in the UCLA standout. But there was not much expectation that Smith would be around it. No. 16. And I don't see them passing him up. 17. Bucks, Jerome Robinson, SG. Boston College. The Bucks need depth, and they need scoring off the bench. Robinson led the ACC in scoring and has been a late riser in terms of draft stock. The Bucks have a crowded backcourt, but they need perimeter scoring. 18. Spurs, Josh Okogie, SG. SF. Georgia Tech. Okogie is an excellent defender who can knock down threes, which makes him an ideal Greg Popovich guy. Jacob Evans is possible here, too, and they'd be thrilled if Smith or Walker slipped to them. 19. Hawks via Timberwolves, Aaron Holiday, PG. UCLA. The Hawks are not sure what they'll do with Dennis Schroeder going forward, and even if they stick with Schroeder, their only backup under contract is Isaiah Taylor. This would be a good place to grab Holiday. 20. Timberwolves via Thunder, Keita Bates-Diop, SFPF. Ohio State. Lost among the chatter about swaps of picks in the top 10 is the fact that Minnesota has shopped this pick, though unsuccessfully. We all know how Tom Thibodeau feels about young players, so the good news is that Bates-Diop is already 22. 21. Jazz, Dante DiVincenzo, SG. Villanova. DiVincenzo was solid in his workouts for the team, but the Jazz could also use help at the forward spots. Kevin Huerter, Zayn Musa or Chandler Hutchinson fit here, too. 22. Bulls via Pelicans, Kevin Huerter, F. Maryland. There's been a rumor that the Bulls made a promise to Chandler Hutchinson here, but hey, not all rumors are true. Chicago could be in position to scoop up a player who takes a major drop, Lonnie Walker, Zaire Smith or Jerome Robinson, but Huerter impressed at the Combine and would help beef up the Bulls on the wing. 23. Pacers, Chandler Hutchinson, SF. Boise State. So maybe it was the Pacers who gave Hutchinson this alleged promise. They need depth at small forward badly, and Hutchinson is enough of a polished scorer to get on the floor quickly. 24. Trailblazers, Anfernee Simons, PG, SG. IMG Academy. Either the Blazers or Lakers are the likely landing spot for Simons, who issued college after spending last year at prep school. The Blazers also like Troy Brown and Zayn Musa here. In terms of fit, Mo Wagner makes good sense, but a mock draft is no place for good sense. 25. Lakers via Cavs, Troy Brown, PG, SG. Oregon. Brown will get consideration as high as no. 15. To Washington, which makes him a bit of a steal here for the Lakers. They had a similar steal with Kyle Kuzma in this neighborhood last year, and if they're going to build a roster around Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James, they'll need to keep making productive and inexpensive draft picks. 26. 76ers, Kyrie Thomas, SG. Creighton. Thomas is a 2-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, and an ideal 3-and-D guard. The Sixers need shooting and defense. There you go. 27. Celtics, Bruce Brown, SG. Miami. The Celtics continue to work on getting a top 5 pick, but if they have to settle for sticking around it, no. 27. Expect them to look for a guy who could potentially replace Marcus Smart in the rotation. Brown, who missed much of the season with a foot injury, is among those who could do so, and to prove it, he shot 26.7% from the three-point line this year. 28. Warriors, Jacob Evans, SG, SF. Cincinnati. Evans could easily go in the late teens, and since he is a talented, versatile defender who was a good three-point shooter in college, it only makes sense that he'd magically fall to the Warriors, get a prominent bench role right off the bat and make the teams that passed on him look silly. 29. Nets, via RAPOTRs, Eli Okobo, PG, France. He has been impressive in workouts, and it's likely Okobo goes in the first round, perhaps as high as no. 19 to Atlanta. But if he slides to 29, the Nets could scoop him up. I have a soft spot for Queens native Hamidou Diallo going to the Nets here, but he could land with Brooklyn in the second round. 30. Hawks, via Rockets, Mitchell Robinson, C, Western Kentucky. Sort of. The Hawks have 3 first-rounders and can afford to gamble. There's been chatter that Robinson has a promise from the Lakers at no. 25, and rumors that he could go as high as number 17 to Milwaukee, so he could be off the board here. But he's a big-time talent and worth the risk for Atlanta.